So now done with the sukun. Yeah. So we have done the tanwin and then we have done sukun. Okay. Now we go to the next symbol, which is this. This is the next symbol that you often see, which is called shaddah. 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 All right. So what is shaddah? This is the symbol of shaddah. I believe you have seen this in the Quran, right? And how do we write this? It's very easy. And that is how you write it. That is how we write the shaddah, just like the letter W without the sharp edges, right? I don't do this. This is not shaddah. That is W. So this is the shaddah. All right. So that is the shaddah. Okay. Now we want to understand what does it mean by this shaddah. What does it mean? Okay. Shaddah is like this. This is what we call a shaddah. For example, I give you, let us take the letter, okay, let us take the letter ba. Okay, we take the letter ba and we put a shaddah above the letter ba. Okay, we put a shaddah above the letter ba. What does it mean? Okay, this is what it means. If you have a letter with a shaddah, what does it mean? It means that you are having two instances of that letter. You are having two letters of the same letter. Which means that you need to produce two sound of this letter. Two ba instead of just ba, one ba. So now you are having two ba. But in writing, we don't write two ba, we just write one ba. Okay, that is the meaning of the first meaning of the shaddah. Number two, this shaddah is not, you will not see the shaddah alone on its own. No, it has to be accompanied by one of these three vowels. It is either shaddah with a fathah. Okay, it is either shaddah with a kasrah. Okay, shadda with a kasrah, and shadda with a kasrah can be written like this, or it can be written like this. So these two are shadda with a kasrah. This is obvious, a kasrah, but what about this? Even though this is above the ba, above the letter, but since this is below the shadda, we consider this as the same as this. So this is shadda and a kasrah. So B, not ba, yeah? All right. So this is 2. And number 3, ba with a shadda and accompanied by a dhamma. So these are the 3 condition of shadda. You will see one of these 3 symbols, right? Shadda with a fathah, shadda with a kasrah, or shadda with a dhamma. Okay, so now let us look at the meaning. What does it mean if we have shadda with a fathah? So what does it mean? Here it is what it means is that the first letter is having a sukun. The first letter is having a sukun. And the second letter is having that vowel, this vowel. So if it is shadda with fathah, so what it means? It means that you have a sukun and a fathah. This is what it means by a shadda in terms of the pronunciation. Okay, that's number 2. You have a shadda with a kasrah. So what does it mean? Okay, just like the previous shadda. So what it means here, you have 2 ba. You have 2 bars. The first bar is with a sukun and the second bar is with a kasrah. It is shadda with a kasrah. And what about shadda with a dhamma? It is the same thing. You have 2 bar, where the first bar is with a sukun and the second bar is with a dhamma. So this is what it means by shadda. Any questions so far? So now, do you understand what is a shadda? It is having 2 similar words, similar sound, yeah? All right, that is number 1. Okay, now, how do we read this? How do we read this? Okay, how do you read a letter with a sukun just now? Can you read this? Or do you need to add? No, okay, yes, we cannot read this. So what do we do in order for us to listen, to hear to the sound?
Add the letter before the sukun.
Correct, you add any letter before the sukun. So let us take another letter. For example, we put the letter Qaf. Okay, let us put the letter Qaf. You put any vowel. It can be Qi. Let's say Qi. So how do you read this word now?
Qib.
Qib. Good. Yes, correct. So we say Qib. So that is with a sukun. So it is the same thing with a shadda. Since that a shadda is 2 letters starting with a sukun, of course, you cannot read this. It is impossible to say. How do you read this? No, we cannot read that. So in this case, you need to add one letter before that in order for you to hear the sound. So let's say we put the letter qa just now, just like the previous example. We say qa and then we repeat. So now you should be able to read. So how do we read this now? We combine these three. Yes, Aisha.
Qibbu.
Qibbu, correct. Yes, correct, Aisha. Qibbu, qibbu. So this is how you read the shadda. If we put a qaf here, then how do we read this? It is similar to what we read just now. Qibbu. So this is qibbu, qibbu. Yeah, qibbu. Okay. We look at the second one. Ba, ba. Okay. Of course, you cannot read this. You have to add. Sorry. I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay. Okay. How do we read this? Of course, you cannot read this unless you have another letter. Let's take one letter. Yeah, we put a letter lam before it. Okay, so how do we read this now? Yes, anyone? This is la, and then this is ba with the shadda.
Labba.
Labba. Yes, correct, Aisha. Labba. So if you are still confused, how do I read this word? So you add one letter here. La. So now you should be able to read. Labba. Labba. So this is labba. Okay. So that is the tashdid with a fathah. And another example is tashdid with a kasrah. So the third example, we put another letter. Let's say we put ra. Yes, we put a letter ra. We put a letter ra here. So how do we read this word now?
Rabbi.
Rabbi. Yes, correct, Abdul Rahman. Rabbi. So this is the word that you use in your dua, right? Rabbi ighfirli, my God. Rabbi ighfirli. So my God, forgive me. Rabbi. Yes. Rabbi, God. Oh my God. Rabbi. Rabbi. So if you are not sure how to read this, again, you just break this shadda into two bar and you put ra here. So now you should be able to read it. Rabbi. Rabbi. Okay. So this is a shadda. This is a shadda. So you need to stress on that letter. Why? Because you have two sound of that letter. So these are some of the examples of shadda. Oh, sorry. Here. So here we have some examples of shadda. Okay. So let us try and read this. Okay. So we have the first word. Okay. Anyone would like to read this? We would like to focus on the shadda. Here, the shadda. So together now, shadda together with the tanwin. It is the same. So how do we read this? Okay, Majid. Majid, try Majid.
Oh,
If you are not sure, then you can break this into two fa. We break this. If still not sure, it's okay. Yes.
Umfi.
Uffin.
Oh, Ufi.
Yes, correct. Uffin. Because this is u.
Ufi.
Not
Ufi.
yes, uffin. Good. Good. Yes, that is correct. Uffin. So you break the two fa. Fa and another fa. So I combine the two fa, yeah. Uffin. So the first fa is with a sukun and the second fa is with a kasra or tanwin. Tanwin kasra. So we say, we read uffin. Uffin. Okay, but of course we don't write two fa. We combine them and it becomes one fa and we put the shadda. Yes, correct. So this is uffin. Uffin. Okay, good. Okay, number two. Number two. Malaika. Can you try Malaika?
Amun.
Ammon. Yes, correct, Malaika. Thank you. Ammon. Yes, good. Ammon. Okay, number three. Number three. Number three. Ayesha. Ayesha. Ma Xiao Chun.
Khaffat.
Khafat. Yes. Read again.
Khaffat.
Good. Yes. Khafat. So the fa, yeah. Khafat. Yes, correct. Khafat. Good. Number four. Number four. Adam. Yes, Adam. Wang
Yeah.
Yicheng. Yes. This is the ra. This is the ta. This is
تعالى.
okay. This is not ta because this is positioned under the shadda. So this is similar to this because it is put below the shadda. So it is like rod tail. Yes, good. Yes, rod tail. Okay, remember, yeah? Just like I said just now, this one, even though it is above da, it looks like a fatha, like ra, ta, but since this is below this symbol, so this is not a fatha. Instead, this is a kasra. Okay, so there are two ways of writing this. First, you put it under the letter ta. Second, you put it below the shadda immediately. When you are typing using your computer or your phone, they will produce this. So they will automatically produce this. Okay. So handwriting, it is up to you. You can use this or you can use this. So both are correct. In the Quran, we don't see this. In the Quran, it is always a shadda and this a kasra. All right. So this is something that is different. It differs a little bit from our Quran because our Quran is written using the rasam, the writing during the previous generation. They call it the Rasam Osmani. The Rasam Osmani. So the writing is a little bit different from what we have now. All right. But we can still read them. No problem. Okay. That is number 4. Rod tail. Okay. Number 5. Number 5. Yes. Who else? Yes. Sakina. Sakina. Ma Chen Si.
That.
Okay. Ta is correct. This is the letter ha.
Tahil.
Tahir, yes, correct. Tahir. But don't go too fast. If you go too fast, you will sound like Tahir. If you say Tahir, you don't produce this sound. It's like having one ha. So you need to say again.
Tahil.
Good, yes, correct. Tahir. So you need to like stop because we want to produce the second sound. Tahir. Tahir. Yes, correct. Tahir, yeah. But of course, you don't stop and then you take time and then say here. No, it is continuous. Tahir. Tahir. Okay. Yes, correct. Thank you. So that is good. Next, number 6. A bit longer word. Okay, who want to try this? Musfik. Musfik, are you here, Musfik?
Yes, I
okay.
don't think I can do that.
Okay. Okay, try Musfik.
So I don't think I can.
Try. That is why I said try. If you say I don't think I can, you will never be able to do it.
So I'm still learning alphabets. So
okay, what is this alphabet? This letter. You remember that letter?
Jim.
Jim, good. This is Jim. Do you remember the second letter?
No.
Ha.
Ha.
Yes. So the second letter said the letter. The third letter?
Nun.
Nun, good. Nun, yes, that is a nun. And the last letter?
I don't know.
Mim.
Mim.
Mim. Okay. So now you have Jim, Ha, Nun, Mim. It is like having the English letter J, H, N, and M without the vowel. Okay, just like having an English letter but without the vowel. So what you need to do is you need to read it with the vowel. Okay, what is this vowel? Above the letter Jim. Is this Fatha, Kasra, or Dhamma?
Fatha.
Fatha. So what does it sound when you have a Fatha? Good. What? Ja. Yes. So you just add like A. Just add like A. Okay. What about the second letter? Ha. What is this?
Jaha.
Jaha. Good. So now you have 2. Okay. What about this one? This is what we have done just now. When you have this shadda, how many nun actually do you have?
2.
What? 2 nuns. Yes, correct. So actually you should have 2 nun. So here you add another N. Okay. So what about this one? Fatha as well, right? Fatha. Yes, Fatha.
Jahannam.
Jahannam. Correct. So try this. If you still having problem with with the alphabet, with the letters, try this. So I did this with some of my non-Muslim student previously. Non-Muslim student, they didn't know the Arabic. So what I did, I don't know how to teach them, of course. So what I did was like this. We just find the equivalent sound of this letter. Okay, just write, because Arabic letters, they are all the consonant. The vowel is everything with all this fathah, kasrah, dhamma. So you just write jim. So this is J, this is H, this is nun. But provided that you remember the letters. If you do not remember the letters, of course, this will not work. Okay, so you need to remember, oh, this is J, this is H, this is nun, and N, and this is mim, okay, and then try to figure out what is this symbol. Sorry, this is the fathah, so you put an A. This is another fathah, you put another A. This is what? Okay, now you have 2, so you put another N. And what about this? This is A, mim. What about this one? Also, you have another A actually here. So you read, of course, you have to read from right to left. Okay, don't read from amanna haj. No, of course. So jahannam. This is how we read it. Jahannama.
Yes,
Is it okay, Mustarik?
yes, sir.
Try this, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to try this. You need to work hard, because next week we are going to start with the content, reading and everything. Okay. Yes. Okay. So try very hard. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Now the last one. So let me remove this one. Yes. Last one. Azwan.
Yes, sir.
Yes. How do we read this word?
Jannat.
Jannat. Again.
Jannat.
Jannat. Okay. All right. So this part is correct. Jannat is correct, but the last part is not so correct.
Jannatun.
Jannatun is correct. Yes. Jannatun is correct. But just now what you did is you skip this vowel, the tanwin, right? Yes,
Yes.
you can skip that. But when you skip that, do you remember this letter? This is a special T, ta. When you do not read it with a vowel, you have to produce another sound. Anyone remember what is the sound that you should produce here if you do not want to read this? Okay, anybody remembers this ta?
Jannah.
Jannah. Yes, correct. Chancy, yes, correct. So now you don't say Jannat, you say Jannah. If you do not read this tanwin, yeah, you say Jannah, Jannah. But if you read with this symbol, it doesn't matter whether it is a tanwin or the normal dhamma or fatha or kasra, then you have to read the ta. So this ta marbuta has 2 sound. One is the T sound if you read it with a vowel. Second is with the H sound if you do not read the vowel. Is it okay? Okay, Azwan?
Yes,
Jannah?
sir.
Jannah,
Yes, sir.
yeah? Okay, so remember. Jannah. Jannah. So in my other class, I have several Bangladeshi students. Bangladeshi or Kashmir? I forgot. If not mistaken, Bangladeshi. Their name is Jannatul something. Like the Jannatul Firdaus, Jannatul Ma'wa, Jannatul. So it is this word. But of course, in English, it is written Jannatul. Just similar, like Malaysian. Some Malaysian, they have this name as well. They call themselves Jannatul Firdaus. Let's say, let us take one example. Taking from the name of the Jannah, right? The heaven of Firdaus, Jannatul Firdaus. So the word, if we write this in Arabic, it is Jannatu. This word, Jannah and Al Firdaus. Jannatu Al Firdaus. So when we convert into Latin or into English, Jannatul. This tul is coming from here. Is because they combine these 2 words. So they don't read in each word individually. They don't say Jannat Al-Firdaus. No, they combine. So it becomes Jannatul. Jannatul. But what if I want to call her using the word Jannah only? I do not want to mention the word Firdaus. So of course, if I read it in English, it will be Jannatul. But if you read it in Arabic, you will never say Jannatul. Instead, you will say, how will you say? How will you call her? You will call her Jannah.
Jannah.
Yes, you will call her Jannah. All right. So that is how. It is the same like the word Abdul. So we have Abdul, for example, Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim. It is written in English with like this. Abdul, for example, we say Abdul Halim. But if I want to skip the word Halim, I do not want to call him by his full name, Abdul Halim. I just want to call him by the word Abad. Abd. You don't say Abdul. You don't say, yeah, Abdul. Hey, Abdul. No, it is not Abdul. Your Arab friend will call you by the name Abd. They will skip this part. They will say Abd. But it is very rare. Your Arab friend will call you Abd. They will combine your name. Of course, they will definitely call you Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim. But they will never call you by the name Halim. Why? Because Halim alone is the name of God, of Allah. And we cannot call somebody by God's name. If you want to have somebody, if in the future you have a son and you want to call it Rahman, don't just give him the name Rahman, because Rahman is the name of Allah. You need to add this Abd in front of his name. So it becomes Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rahim, Abdul Malik, and so on. Okay, so that is the rule of giving, if you want to use Allah's name, Allah's attribute in front of the name. Okay, so this is the word Jannah, and let us go to the last word. The last word, Haifa. Try Haifa. Number 8.
Taqabbal.
Taqabbal. Okay, good. But that is if you skip the last letter, right? Okay, yes, correct. But what if you read it? You read the whole vowels.
Taqabbala.
Taqabbala. Yes, correct. All right. So you have two options: either to read the entire vowels taqabbala, or you can just say taqabbal. Okay. But if we have the time today, I will come back to this one. So some words, yes, you can skip the last letter, the sound of the last letter. But for some word, it is advisable for you to read the whole word, the whole vowel. All right. So I will come back to that, inshallah. Okay. So this is the topic of shaddah.